Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Voice After Show. Tonight we've got more judge shenanigans, 4-chair turns, and toad suck. Let's get into it. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz
Hey guys, welcome back to the Voice After Show. I am your host, Princess Carroll, and I'm joined by two lovely ladies. We have Neema Skye, and we also have Lindsay Hoffman. Hey guys. Hey guys. So these two episodes, tonight we're reviewing season 16, episodes 3 and 4.
Yes.
The Blind Auditions.
Yes,
continues.
another set of the Blind Auditions. Guys, what were your overall thoughts?
Ooh, this one was hard. I felt like both of the seasons were really, really good, and they had some great contestants, just like the first time. So I felt like it was a little different because I felt like people were a little bit more on the country inside. Yeah, I felt like the first half was more like popish, and then the second half was like, a lot of country and soft rock. So I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was bomb.
Cool.
I thought, I agree with that. I don't think the people were as good today, like yesterday's episode.
Yes.
Today's episode, they were a lot better, but there weren't as many standouts as episode 1 and like the season premiere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm like the first episode was like a bang. It was like, okay. I was kind of nervous.
have
I'm
to
like,
start
well, you
like
sure we're
that.
not already at the finale?
Yeah, well, I definitely agree with you guys. I think it didn't really kick up until the end of episode 3. But just as I mentioned earlier, tonight we're going to get into all of the judge shenanigans. We have multiple 4-chair performances, and we're going to discuss Toad Suck because I've never heard of it, and I need to talk about it.
I know. I Googled it. I'm not going to lie.
I was like, Toad Suck. Because everybody at
I felt uncomfortable saying that.
Well, I don't know if I feel uncomfortable. I was just like, I really want to know
It
what
made
they're
me think of
talking
that
about.
Disney character. Like, isn't there like Mr. Toad, like a ride? It made me think
I
of
didn't think
that.
about that.
But
Yeah.
I Googled it, and it's literally just
A place? Is it a bar?
it's
Well, that's what kids, because I think that Blake said I used to perform at.
It sounds like a
Toad Suck?
bar or somewhere.
It's an unincorporated community in Perry County, Arkansas. It's literally like, I have it up right now. If you Google it, it's literally an intersection of a highway. It's
fun.
Okay.
Now we know.
I don't
It's
know.
a landmark.
We are informed.
Thank you, Lindsay.
If I don't know what it is, I Google it.
That's the way to do it. It's
We
the
gotta let
millennial
the
way.
viewers know.
Absolutely. So, guys, there are a couple of new things this season. So let's get into it. The first is the comeback stage. So I know, Lindsay, you did a little research on that. Can you tell us about it? And let's just talk about that real quick.
Yeah, so the comeback stage is actually on YouTube. It started on, if you guys haven't tuned into it yet, it started on February 24th. BB Rexa is the newest addition of a
She's really
coach.
cool.
So she's going to be taking all of the people who didn't make it this round, and there's going to be 2 people who get chosen to come back and compete on The Voice, and everyone can watch that on YouTube. And what I think is cool, and what I particularly love about BB, is a little known fact about her, is she actually auditioned for a different show. She auditioned for American Idol.
I didn't know that.
And she didn't even make it on TV for the TV auditions. They were like, nope, you're not good enough.
Wow.
And now, she's coached on American Idol, and now she is a new coach for The Voice. So it just shows
That's how you do
if
it.
you're persistent with your goals, even if someone says no to you. So I think she's a really great choice to be for the comeback stage this season.
So are they getting coached the way that the other talent would? Like, I don't want them to go to the next round and kind of have like this unfair, like this disadvantage. So are they getting coached as well?
Yeah, she's retraining them and helping the people who have gotten chosen to do that.
Nice. That's really cool.
But they're still actually being judged, though, because she has to choose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they will be judged once they come back. So
Right.
that's cool stuff. And then, guys, what do we think about John? I feel like he's finally starting to get comfortable and a little
I feel like
cocky.
Joan was a lot more aggressive this time. His personality came out. I feel like the first episode, he was like, okay, he was getting like a feel for things, but this time he was like, listen, hey, I'm not done talking. Now, like I was saying, which I thought was absolutely funny because I feel like he started it, and then it was Adam, and then it was Kelly, and then it was Blake.
It became a thing.
It was just a thing across the board. So he brought so much pizzazz and personality.
I
this time
like seeing him come out of his shell, but I also
Yes.
like that he was a little shy because I don't know about you guys, but I've
I
been
never
there
got
before.
shy from John Legend.
Yeah, you don't. Well,
I think he grounds them. Like, he's the
yeah,
calm.
he's the calm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but I like that he was like the newbie and didn't know how to stand out because I feel like that so much, and you're like, no, John Legend would never feel that way, you know? And so he kind of was like the new person, and even though he's like a superstar, he's a little like in his shell, and he's
really
coming
chill.
out of it.
Yeah. And he's very humble, which is what I love about him.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like it shows his humility, and even at the beginning, like he allowed them to haze him, like they blocked him immediately, which I thought was like super funny. So
but he kind of made fun of it. He was like, I think I'm like the only judge in history who's ever been blocked the most. So he was like, hey, that's kind of like a kudos for him.
What I like too, so I saw this video with Chrissy Teigen. I can't wait to I keep stalking her tweets to see her do more things this season. But I came across a video of her pretending to audition for The Voice. And basically, her audition was making fun of everyone. And then when she got to John, and so she got everyone to turn. I don't remember what she said for all the other people, but I remember what she said to John. And she said, oh, I now make more money than you. And that's what made him turn around and pick her. And she like dropped the mic. So cute. And she was like, but she was like singing, talking. It was hilarious.
I love her. She's like thebomb.com. I want to be her when I grow up.
She's so nice.
We did have a contestant the first round, Luna. Her name was Luna. Remember one of the contestants?
Yeah.
Yeah, her name was Luna, which he was.
Right, that's her daughter's
That was the first thing that he said.
I forgot about their
that's
daughter,
his daughter's
unfortunately.
name is Luna. No, it's
all
okay.
The shade,
it's okay.
All the shade. But speaking of that, let's go ahead and get into episode 3. So let's just go ahead and start with Luna. What did you guys think? She didn't get any chair turns. This is her second time back.
I think Luna has an amazing voice, but even though you have an amazing voice, you have to find a way to be able to capture people, right? Because everybody can sing, right? But I think that the choice and the way that she decided to sing the song is probably what didn't push her forward. I feel like she could have showed us a lot more range, within her voice, because we can definitely hear that she can sing, but what levels can you really go to? And I feel like she didn't really go there until at the end, like, once you get to the end, people are kind of like, well, thank you. But, I mean, I have to say, I do commend her for going back out there, because I think she said that she was on the second season, and we're now like 16, 17,
yeah,
so it's like,
hey,
hey, listen, don't give up.
I wanted her to get in so bad. I was like, no. Like, when she opened her mouth, I knew they weren't going to pick her, because she was great, but she just, I don't know, something was missing, and I was just like, no, because I love that she went for her goals. Like, she didn't give up, and it inspired me, because it's like, she's getting older, and a lot of people will turn to you because of your age and tell you you're not good enough, or so many people, and she just got back up and did it. So I don't think she's going to stop, and she's going to do something.
But it's like, when you come back, you got to come back hard.
You do.
That's the thing,
That's true.
Second chances is like, you got to prove yourself.
Yeah.
So
that's a good point. And I will say that at the end, it seemed like she was proud of her performance. I think that's what she said when she got backstage.
Her mom was so sweet. She was like, even though they didn't pick you, I picked you because you're the best. I was like, just like a mother. I was like, yes. I loved it.
Yeah, I guess as long as she's proud of her performance, I agree with you guys. I felt like she was a little all over the place. Like, it just didn't do it for me. I think she should have come a little harder. But if she's happy, and honestly, like, this is publicity, and it's a way to like give us an update on like where is she now.
Right.
So I'm proud of her regardless. Wasn't a fan of the performance, but we may see her again in the future.
Luna,
in a
we
different
give
capacity.
you a hands up, girl.
Moral story: go for your dreams, no matter what.
There you go. There you go. Another person I wanted to bring up too. Is Jacob. He reminded me of a young David Cassidy. It's
so funny. I like when John Legend said, and because your name is in the Bible, I
was like,
I thought that was the cutest thing, like when he made that relation. Jacob was super cute. I think that he did a great job. Yeah. I loved his voice.
His voice, his face, everything.
Everything about him. Super cute.
I liked him. He's the one who sang Taylor Swift, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I liked specifically that he came out and he was a guy that sang a song that a girl normally sings.
Yeah.
Which was funny because
a lot of people did that though.
Yeah, they did that in this episode, but I like that because you transform a song. And I thought it was so funny when Kelly was like, is this a girl singing? Like, how did she not? I mean, it was clear.
He was like, I'm trying to figure out who's singing here.
It was clear he didn't sound like a girl, so I was like, why is she asking that question? But I love that he did that, and I also love that Blake called him, I think it was Blake, called him Catnip for America, because they thought he looked like a mix of, like, Leonardo DiCaprio and Harry Styles.
He kind of gave me, like, that, like, country / soft rock. I actually kind of compared him to Janis Joplin a little bit. I kind of heard that a little bit in his voice, so...
Interesting.
I liked it. I liked his look. I do like the look because he has that teen heartthrob type thing
does.
that's
Teeny
gonna
bopper.
take him far.
All you needed was a fan in front of him, and
Oh, yeah, that would be
Like,
great.
oh my God, choose me. I want to get on stage and serenade me to the world.
Oh man, cute guys.
Yes.
I can't even right now. Another person I wanted to bring up too was Talon. He went to Team John.
Yes.
But he was a guy with the gold jacket. He had this really cool look to him. What did you guys think of his performance?
I like Talon.
I love Talon.
I thought Talon was amazing.
I think he was a little bit nervous.
Yeah,
you could
when he
hear,
first started out.
You could hear it in his voice, but he had something there where you're just, sometimes when they're nervous, I'm just like, that's cute because obviously I would be nervous and I like when the judges understand. Also, I loved how he was like, some people say my middle name is Ted. And then they were like,
He tried to give a
talented.
joke. And wait, I think that was Adam, because I think Blake was trying
It's a
to
Blake
help
joke.
him out, and he was like, no. He's like, please do not coach him on jokes because you're gonna fail. But I
like
think
that.
I like Talon because his to me he sounded a little bit like Sam Smith, just a little bit. He had this grit in his voice, and he had so much emotion, and I think that's so important as an artist. Like whenever you're trying to connect, with the audience, you have to make sure that it's very capturing and like they feel like the power of like what you're saying. So even though, his voice was still a little, because I think he's like 16.
He's still young.
No,
He's
he's
still
18.
young.
He's
He's
18.
18.
Still a baby.
He still listen, babies have power, okay?
That's true.
Yeah, Christina
That's true.
Aguilera-
He's only going to go up from
Christina
here.
Yeah,
Aguilera was
serious.
16 when she was doing like Genie in a Bottle.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the
and then,
people
like,
this
I think
season
Kelly was
Ariana
19
Grande.
like when she tried out for American Idol. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
so-
most of the greats this season so far have been young, and we'll get
Yeah,
into
they're
more of
really
them later.
young.
But like, they've been like some powerhouse.
I like him.
teenagers.
I think
Yes.
Talon is talented. I like that
he's
joke.
cool.
It worked on me. He sold me with the joke.
Awesome. Well, another group not group, but I guess two people I wanted to bring up too was Patrick and Ruby, the father and the daughter.
That was super sweet. I absolutely
Yeah.
adored them.
Yeah.
I love their story too.
So I wanted to like separate them because I feel like they have very different performances
Absolutely.
and obviously very different outcomes. So let's start with the dad, Patrick. What did you guys think of him?
Wow. Patrick blew me away. I think
really
he came out and he was super, super strong. He was very confident, and he knew, like I could tell whenever he started singing, he knew where he wanted to go.
Yeah, he's definitely
He knew
professional.
exactly where he wanted to go, and like I feel like he took everybody there, and everybody was just so impressed. So I already knew, like just kind of listening to his story. He's been in music for 25 years, so he's very seasoned. So he kind of already has like that it factor, that's going to take him to the next level. So I think he was absolutely amazing.
I gotta be honest, I didn't like him that much. Like
Really?
I thought he was really good, but something about him seemed a little not sincere to me. Like he's like, oh, I've been doing this for 25 years. And when he mentioned his
see.
daughter, he's like, well, she's young. Like he was happy for her, but it seemed like it was all about him more. And then when he did the performance, he was really good. Like I think he was technically on point and like perfect. However, I felt like he was pushing it with his voice, like trying really, really hard. And I think that's probably why it's taken him so long. And I don't know, something I couldn't get past. I felt like he was like a little bit like
Yeah.
conceited. Like not that, I don't know, I have to meet him more, but that was like,
No, that's fine.
I couldn't get past that.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
get
they
it.
waited a while to even turn. So why do you think that was the case? Because it wasn't one of those situations where they hit their buzzer immediately. They waited almost to the very last minute.
Well, we know that John Legend likes to wait before he chooses people. I mean,
Oh, yeah, he
he
did
said
say
that in
that.
the very first episode.
He does, but I mean, you got Kelly, you
Yeah.
got Blake. They're the first to be like, I'm interested,
That's
So why do you
true.
guys think that they waited so long?
I think they waited just because they wanted to hear a little bit more from him. I think that, like I said, I think that he knew where he wanted. He knew where he wanted to take it, and he took his time. I think it's okay sometimes to take your time and then just go straight there. And I think that's pretty much what he did.
Interesting.
I just think, like I said before, I feel like he was pushing his voice a little too much and being like, look how good I am. And he was good, but I think if he were to tone it down a little bit, it would have been a little better than to just push it right out there for the attention.
I feel like it was soft. I don't know.
Toward the end, I kind of felt like he got a little nervous, like, oh, they're not turning around. I don't know. I kind of got that vibe.
But like,
from
can
him.
they really see them though? I don't think that they can actually see them.
They can see that they haven't turned.
Okay.
Because they see their
Yeah,
backs.
that's the worst
That's
part of the show.
nerve-wracking.
I like
No,
sit
I was
there.
Well,
I'm like, why?
that's
How
why
do
I'm
these
always
people
trying to like,
sit
can
up
they
there?
actually see them?
Yeah, they can
Because
see
sometimes
them.
it looks like they can, other times it looks like they can't.
No, I've
I don't
gone
know how
to
they make it
tapings
through.
of it, but they actually see it, and it's like really
Wow. Ooh, that's
nerve-wracking to know,
nerve-wracking.
like, you know, you just got to keep going.
How do they make it through? Like, it's scary. Like, if you're sitting
Yeah.
there, but then sometimes when they turn around, the people kind of slip up a little too because
That
they get
happens
nervous when
too.
they're looking in the eye.
Right.
That's true.
Or they get more excited, but when they don't turn, I'm like, no, it's so like kind of
Yeah.
cringy.
It's like, yeah, it's kind of
Kudos
like
to the people who keep
devastating.
going. Yeah. So quickly, I just wanted to get into Blake pretending to know the band. I was like,
yeah.
Blake, why? Just be you. Just do you.
Because I think that the whole part of the judges is that they're pretty much trying to prove themselves. So they're going to do whatever it takes, you know,
my
to get them
gosh.
reeled in and say, choose me, pick me.
I know, but then it's like ruining it for Blake because he's asking another judge
Right.
what it is, so they can easily call him out. And you know,
Yes.
everyone like. Everyone always calls out, I feel like, Blake the most.
Oh my
That's
God.
true. That's
I mean,
Yes.
Blake and
That's
Adam are like
Yeah,
a love
Blake
hate
and Adam.
they're a love hate relationship, but
They are.
everyone goes to like Blake more than anybody else.
They do.
That's fair. They are pretty
They
hard
make
on
fun
Blake.
of him the most.
I mean,
but
but
like
Blake
he does
also
that thing
makes
with
fun
his
of everybody
finger,
else,
like
too.
that bothers me when he like
When he does
points at
this
himself
thing.
with like up and down, and I'm like,
Pick me, pick
I
me.
mean, like
Blake.
it's cute, but I'm like, okay, it's kind of weird.
He's awkwardly
I know.
hilarious.
And he knows it.
He does. He does. So I wanted to also just get into some of the
Oh,
top
Ruby, what about
performances.
Ruby? We
Oh
didn't
yeah,
even bring up
I
Ruby
forgot
yet.
about the daughter.
It's okay, I didn't. We got you.
Forgot
She
about
was-
half the team.
She was no, you're fine. She was so cute. I know that she was extremely nervous, and I mean, I can understand. You know, she's very, very young, and I think honestly, she just really wanted to be there for her dad. I don't think it was so much that.
Really?
Honestly, I do. I mean,
think
that's
so?
what I
Do
could
you
tell.
I think
Just
she
from
was
their,
happier
relationship.
like I feel like she was genuine towards her dad, but her dad. I feel like I don't know if it's just me, but he had that look in his eye, like I knew she wasn't gonna make it. Like I've been doing this for 25 years. Like I mean, he
should.
supports
I didn't
her.
get
But
that
I
from-
got that.
I didn't get that from him at
vibe.
all. I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
I mean,
she
it's
didn't
his-
seem developed,
it's his
and he should have
daughter,
known.
right.
Well, she wasn't like where she needed
But the
to be.
experience is still good. You know, the experience is always good, especially being her age. So now that she's had this experience, it's only like from here that she's gonna go up, and she's actually gonna get better.
I love too that she wrote a song when she was 4, like called Butterflies,
Yes.
and they
That's
still
legit.
all knew it.
And
It's
her
so-
dad helped her write that song. See,
That's so cute.
Of course,
well,
it's
of
his
course he
daughter.
loves her. But I thought that was really cute, and obviously, like they were saying, now she's got it in. So I mean,
Yeah,
if
there
she
you
really
go.
wants to make it,
And they
she
all
she
embraced her.
has
They gave
it.
her a hug. They was, oh my God, you're amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, think about what that does to her confidence
Yeah.
at this level. You know?
I think she was just nervous. I could hear it
Yeah.
was there, but she needs to get
Absolutely.
over the nerves first.
Right.
Yeah, she's
She
gonna
will.
she's gonna grow. She's gonna
Yeah.
get there.
I mean, she's gonna see her dad.
Maybe she'll
progress.
surpass him. It'll be like a Miley Cyrus, Billy Ray Cyrus type thing, you know?
Listen,
knows for sure.
I look at it like this: if her dad makes it, she makes it.
That's true.
Take all that train. Well, that's kind of. I think Adam brought that up too. Somebody
Yep,
did.
that's
I think it
exactly
was
what he
Adam.
said. No,
Yeah.
yeah, he said that.
Okay, yeah. But really quickly, I also wanted to get into our 4 chair turns for the night.
Oh, yes,
Let's start with the
ma'am.
first one, Dexter, our lovely country singer. I loved him.
Yeah.
His voice gave me goosebumps. I was like, this guy is professional. Like I'm not into country music, but I could
Right.
see him like packing out a stadium. What did you guys think?
I thought the same. Like his voice just carried. It's like as soon as he opened up his mouth, I could just feel so much behind it. He kind of reminded me of Garth Brooks, but
I like
I
him.
know.
that up to you.
I know
He
some
had
country
such a
music.
deep, very strong voice. And I
Yes.
liked his story. I mean, I don't like that he got bit by a tick and he was, you
Yeah.
know, sick. But I like that he pushed through and he
Yes,
could
that's the
take what
part.
he went through and put that into his voice. And it just
Absolutely.
shows, you know, there's probably so many viewers watching who have dealt with something similar and seeing him fight through it and go for his dreams and not give up. I think that adds so much more to his voice and who he is.
That's
Right.
cool. Were we surprised about him choosing Blake?
No.
No.
Seriously, come on
I don't
now.
think it
I
would
had
have
to
worked.
ask.
I don't think it
No.
would have worked with anyone else.
No, like
I had to ask.
country. No,
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Okay, well, let's move on to Jedge,
Ooh.
our
My
passion fruit
favorite.
singer.
Oh my God. He just like took me away. Like his runs, his control,
Yes.
everything about his voice was just absolutely amazing. Like he captured me. his vocal range. I think he just literally like came out there and like he beasted it. And even Blake said, well, I think that we pretty much found a winner for The Voice. And everybody looked at him like, are you serious?
He
but I mean, I actually kind of believed him.
And he took a rap, like he took a song
Drake.
like that.
He took
Out of
Drake
everybody that's like performed so far, and I have like I think Julian and is it Rizzy, like those are my two favorites so far right now. But I have to say, like, he kind of changed my mind a little bit. I was like, wait a minute,
I like it. I really liked him, and he has the look too.
Yes.
Like from the stage from afar, his shoes were like so clean. I know that's a weird thought, but when your shoes are clean, I don't know why, but I think of you as
I
like,
love a man with clean shoes.
yeah, you're like, you have star
Hello,
power
somebody.
because your shoes are clean. It's just, I don't know. It looks the part. You know, every good like singer has great shoes.
Well, actually, to me, he looks very different from his voice. I feel like his voice is so powerful, but he looks like he actually looks kind of like a shy.
Yeah, he's still
shy
young
guy.
though. I mean, he's
He
22,
is.
but he's probably going to grow into himself.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
The fact, I just want to take it back to the Drake song for a second, is when I heard it, I knew it was Drake, but I kind of forgot. I was like, wait, who sings this
I
song?
know.
Like,
Right.
what is this like Drake? And I
You can
think
tell.
that's what made it so good, is that it became like his own
amazing.
song that you forgot about Drake in the moment.
I mean, everybody was like, yes, me, pick. Everybody was just
Yeah, if he
floored
got
away.
off the show, I'd be sad because I want to like tune in to see him now.
I know.
Yeah, right?
But then you should let's kind of talk about like LB, because he did a great job too.
Well, we're going to get into that. But before we do that, can you give a special message to the world?
Oh, me, the special message? Absolutely, I can. So, I just want to say we thank each and every one of you guys for making us the ESPN of Talk TV. For us to continue to grow, we need to have you help us out. And how can you guys do this? How can you do this? Tune in. Okay. So if you are on YouTube right now, I need you to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you are on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. But no matter where you are, please leave us a comment, because we want you guys to get involved in our conversation. Let us know how we're doing. Give us your opinions, your thoughts, all that. We need all of that. Being a part of the AfterBuzz show has been absolutely amazing, and in order for us to continue to keep doing what we're doing, we need you. So support us, let your friends, your family members know, let everybody know. Okay?
And watch The Voice with us.
Yes.
Yes, tune in. Thank you, guys.
Join the conversation.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So episode 4, I feel like we didn't have as many breakout performances. I don't know, how did you guys feel about it? Were there any favorites of yours?
Oh, yeah. I said it
Besides
before we went
Mr.
into the
Crew.
live read.
I liked Kendra.
Kendra.
Kendra's cool.
Oh yeah,
I
like
liked
Kendra.
her.
Yeah,
She-
I
Oh,
liked
yes,
her.
the 19-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Oh, her voice was so soulful. Even though Blake was the only person that
I don't know why he
turned
was the
around.
only
was
person.
weird.
I mean, she kind of reminds me of Jessie J. I feel like I have like this person reminds me of somebody, but she really reminds me of Jessie J. She has so much soul and so much experience in her voice. You know how sometimes you can hear singers and you can kind of hear the story behind, you know, their voice, and that's what I heard from her.
I
'Cause
could
That's
feel.
fair.
I felt like
Yeah.
chills listening to her. She just
yes,
had
she gave me chills.
such a good stage presence, so much emotion, and I just don't know why people didn't turn more. If no one would have turned, I would have been like, this is not fair.
But you know what? I'm actually proud of Blake, and I think that he does have the track record, which he likes to bring up. But I'm excited to see what he does with her. I think that's
know.
an interesting combination.
This is definitely a different contestant for him.
I'm excited about that. And another unique contestant was Kelly and Rebecca. I was excited for Kelly. I wanted her to get a country singer because she wanted to get
oh
a country
yes,
singer.
I thought that
Yes.
was the right move too, because you know, she had been making really good points. If you're going to be with Blake, you're going to be up against all the other country people, and if you
Right.
want to be different, you need to be trained by someone different. Because the reason why people don't make it, or not always make it far in The Voice, is because they don't have that range
Right.
or something different. So if you're being trained by someone that is different, you're going to get outside of your comfort zone, which might be a challenge.
I mean, but Kelly gives you both. She gives you like
Yeah.
soul. She gives you country. She gives you everything.
She's
So
multi-talented.
she's very multi-talented.
I was happy for her. She literally, didn't she like jump up or
I
something?
know. She was like, no, none of the guys want to choose me. Why not?
I know.
So cute.
That was so funny.
Well, let's go ahead and get into Mr. Crew, your favorite. I mean, he got 4
Hands
chairs,
down.
so, you know,
He
he's legit.
the moment that he opened up his mouth,
Even when he was talking.
huh?
Even when he was talking.
I know,
we
like,
were like,
when
oh,
he was
can
talking, he
sing.
was like, yeah, he can sing. Like we
we
just
know.
already knew, but
Yeah.
I mean, his like the runs were just crazy. Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
Like he didn't. I don't even think he sung like for 2 or 3 seconds. Everybody was like, "Yes." Everybody turned
That's true.
around.
After one verse, I loved his clothes too. He dressed the best out of
he
anyone.
He had so
his
much swag.
suit-
Oh, his suit was.
His suit was
You
perfect.
have to love a man in a suit.
Yeah, and he was
it's
the
a
only
color
one who
suit.
wore one. Oh, I loved like that. What color is that? Like
burgundy,
yeah, like a burgundy
crushed
purple.
berry.
Kinda like
Yeah,
a
I like
purple.
that.
I love that. When I saw that, I was like, perfect outfit choice for you. Perfect. And though I like that he went with Adam, I agreed with what Adam said because I noticed the falsetto he wasn't doing as good.
No.
Right.
And I think originally going into it, he was going to go with like John Legend or someone.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
kind of
my
all
brother
suspected
said
that, but
yeah.
but he said he went
But-
with Adam because Adam gave him that note.
And that's what I thought too because Adam was the one thinking like, because I heard that I was like, oh, he missed that note a little bit right there, and I think he knows that that's a weakness in him. Of course, he's not
Right.
going to say it, so he probably was like, you know, Adam makes a good point. That's how Adam sings. He's
Yeah.
gonna give me the one thing I need that holds
Absolutely.
me back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's super strategic, and
Yes.
that's something like I think more people could do in the show is really think about who's your coach. Like, there's an obvious choice, but who's going to make you a better performer?
person,
Who's going
right.
to challenge you and teach you something new? So I really respect that he chose Adam, who was like, I feel like that's like night and day.
And everybody, and it's so funny because when Adam made that statement, they were like, "Oh my God, are you serious?" I absolutely. Because Kelly got up, she was like, "Oh, let me take my earrings off." She was like ready to go ham on him. But
when Adam said that, though, I was like, I'm glad someone said it because
Yes.
I noticed, like, not that I didn't think he was amazing, but I noticed that. So when someone said that, I was like, okay, they noticed the thing that I noticed. Like, I don't know, validated
because
it for me.
in order for you to be able to grow, you have to work on those things that you're
You
not
need to get better.
right the best at.
I agree. Well, that is episode 4. Were there any last standouts you guys wanted to bring up before we head into our news?
No, I think everybody that I named is who I love. So
Oh, you know who I wanted to bring up was JT, who's coming back for the comeback show.
Comeback
Yes.
show.
First off, I have no idea why they thought he sounded like a 70 or 90-year-old man. Do you?
Well,
'Cause
you know-
he didn't sound that old to me.
To me, he did. Like
Maybe
he,
we saw
he
him.
had a very
Is it
like
maturity?
older.
Like a
Well,
mature voice?
He
'Cause
does have a
wasn't
mature
raspy.
voice.
Like,
Yeah.
what
He
is
doesn't
an
look-
old voice? Like, to me, an old voice is sounding like Frank Sinatra.
He
or
has
like,
like an old Southern.
It's hard to describe, but he just sounds like it's. I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like you hear someone's age or experience. I don't know
do.
how to describe it, but I understood like when
I
someone
like
gave
didn't
that
see
quote
it, but
before.
maybe it was because we could see what he looked like and we could see he was young. And I think when they turned, they liked his look and they were like, we should have gone with him.
Yeah.
He's like young, he's good looking. Although
has
that thing he had around the neck, he had like a Scooby Doo tie around the neck, like 1960s. You know, like
the
those-
ascot.
yeah, like from Scooby Doo.
Scooby-Doo. Oh my
That's what
gosh.
they did in the
Like Freddy.
That's like his thing.
Yes, ascots. Now I'm never gonna look at his performance.
I
I
just
know,
like
he's
he's,
like-
he's cute. He's like the
Clearly.
modern Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
Clearly, we know that you're going to
can't
choose him
even
because
deal.
he's cute.
He is cute. He's the modern Shaggy from Scooby Doo. That's my new nickname for him.
He was attractive. What
He had
did
to
I
you
mean,
say?
he was. I have to
His outfit
say,
stood
yes.
Yeah, you were the one watching being
Well,
like,
I mean, listen, you don't have to tell all the viewers. No, I'm just joking.
they were doing it too.
Real talk.
I
real
did say
talk.
he was cute. I did say that.
Cool. Well, besides cute men, we also have some news to get into that's a little more somber, unfortunately. Lindsay, can you share tonight's news?
So
Yes.
our news of the day, sad to say that Janice Freeman, a popular contestant from season 13 of The Voice, passed away of an apparent blood clot over the weekend. She had suffered health issues in the past, including lupus, meningitis, and cervical cancer. And according to TMZ, she had begun to experience trouble breathing while at home on this past weekend with her husband, and he performed CPR, and the paramedics arrived, but unfortunately she passed away at the hospital. Just as a reminder, in season 13 of the show, Freeman was on Miley Cyrus's team. They were like best friends. I
Yeah.
mean, to the point where Miley paid for Freeman's rent for 6 months.
Yeah.
She was a really standout performance, but you know, we do our segment of Stars Where Are They Now, so we're kind of going to turn that into remembering. And so if Neema, if you want to go into it.
Yes, normally we do a segment called Where Are They Now? But I do want to take this time to honor the life and the talent of Janice Freeman. Janice was on The Voice season 13 and immediately caught the heart and attention of all of the judges, especially Miley. I wanted to talk a little bit more about the statements that Miley and also Jennifer Hudson made. Jennifer put a picture, or I'm sorry, not a picture, she actually posted a video of Janice whenever she did the song Radioactive by Imagine Dragons. And
that was her audition.
That was her audition, basically.
Yeah, that was how she got on The Voice.
And she opened up, and her voice. One thing I will say about Janice Freeman is that her voice was so powerful. Honestly, I got a chance to meet her in person and watched her on stage, and the way that she sung, like she just grabbed you from wherever you are, like whatever you were going through. Like she really had a way of just soothing you and just really giving you so much encouragement with her voice. And going back to what Jennifer said, she said the voice of hers we got to hear, and a bit of her life, and we got to watch her. And she was truly a blessing. Molly also said, you are my world. I will never forget you or stop loving you. I am forever yours. So we just want to take this time to celebrate her and just be able to be a encouragement to all of her family and all of her family and all of her friends, to say that we hope
miss
that
you.
Yeah, we
she
we
was a
miss
great
you,
talent.
and she was definitely a great talent, and I hope that we can all take her talent and her fight for cancer and everything that she fought for and continue to keep in our own personal lives.
Yeah, our hearts and prayers are definitely with the family,
Yes.
and we just look forward to ways to how we can keep her legacy going, especially
Absolutely.
she has a little girl. So
Yeah, I saw that.
Which Molly said that
is going to take care of her.
Yeah, she said that she's
Yeah.
going to commit to take care
Yeah,
of her,
that's
which is
so
amazing.
nice.
'Cause,
And I mean, she has a husband as well too, but
Yeah.
it's nice to know that Miley's has her back,
Right.
and it's just really unfortunate that this was so unexpected.
Right, it
Right.
was.
yeah, but I'm thankful for the legacy that she has and the life that she
Absolutely.
led, and it sounded like she was a fighter, like up until the end. So
Right.
I'm just, hoping to see even more from her daughter. Who knows? Maybe she'll get into performing,
Music.
and
Right.
who knows where it'll go from here. But thank you guys for sharing the sad news with us. And thank you guys. We are gonna wrap up really quickly, but I'm your host, Princess Carroll. You can always find me on Instagram at Princess Carroll TV. And where can we find you, ladies?
You can find me, Neema Skye, at NeemaSkye on all social media platforms.
And I'm Lindsay Hoffman. You can find me at Lindsay B. Hoffman. And thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we hope to see you next week.
Next
Bye,
week on
guys.
Voice.
See
Bye.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.